is doing this experimental YouTube research study because I'm curious. Okay, I've done it twice now. Twice I've uploaded a 30-minute live with just me and it followed all the parameters and it did not generate my automatic short. Now, the only thing I can think of is the only thing I can think happened is I didn't have the most updated version. That's the only thing I could think that could have possibly happened. And I don't know why. I don't know why. And like when I upload a 30-minute live, it takes forever. Forever. I think it took probably 6, 7 hours for my live to upload all the way. At 30, it might have been 40 minutes, okay, just to be completely honest. But regardless, why would it take 6 hours to upload a 30-minute live? That's the whole deal. Like, you can't, it's not going to generate the short until after the 30-minute live has went off when it's uploaded. So that's the issue I'm having. Now, I don't know who's familiar with it or who's doing it. I don't know how many people they got doing it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I emailed YouTube creators and they said that it's been fixed. So I did another 30-minute live and uploaded that. And again, it took forever to upload it, and bam, I still didn't get a short. So I went and checked what version I was using of the YouTube app because it's got to be a vertical. So you can't do it on your computer. They're basically saying use your mobile, right? And this new feature, well, the experimental feature that they're testing is AI is supposed to go in and find the best clip, the best short out of that 30-minute live, and automatically offer that as an upload. Now it'll automatically be listed as a private, and then you have to go into your studio or into your app and edit it and make it public and you might even be able to. I don't know why this volume's on. I don't never use my volume on here. Mute. Anyways, I'm in Chicago, and that's the real reason for this. But I was curious if anybody is doing this YouTube research thing where they're doing this automatic AI, and I'm sure they sent out a bunch of emails. And I had another one I did too. So just to explain the whole program, the research, you're supposed to do at least one 30-minute live per week, and then you go in and answer a questionnaire. And I believe it's 4 weeks long. And each time you complete a week, you get $25. And then at the end of it, you might qualify for a more extensive interview done over like a video. And if you qualify for that, then that pays like $50 for a short survey. And so I signed up for that. So I'm hoping I haven't missed my week because I already uploaded two lives and I have yet to get my AI short. So I don't know what's up with that, but I guess I'll just keep uploading them until eventually the AI does its job and makes my dang on short. But the thing is, when it takes 6 hours for it to upload your live, so the way it's supposed to work, if I'm reading it right, is you do your 30-minute live, and then once it's uploaded, it'll automatically generate the short, which is supposed to be the highlight from the 30-minute live. And I've uploaded 2, and I have yet to get the short yet from the AI. But and I just keep I'll pull it down and refresh it, and I mean, it says in the like terms and conditions, it explains the research that don't worry about it if it doesn't pop right up. Go have some coffee and come back and check on it later. Well, done that, been there, done that. 6 hours later, after my live uploads, I still don't have the short. So I don't know. I'm hoping it was just I didn't have the latest. I'm hoping I just didn't have the latest YouTube version and I just needed to update it on iOS. And we'll see. So we're gonna do. I'm doing this, and gonna see how it. So just so you know, I started my YouTube journey about a little over a year ago. It's probably been about 15 months now, and I started with 0 subscribers. And I started my channel was a gardening channel of all things, which is weird because I like gardening. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a trucker. But um, so I did that for a while, and I posted quite a bit of DIY videos and family videos. Man, listen, I was all over the place, y'all. But I was getting subscribers. I'm like, wow, I got 50 subscribers. And then I got 100 subscribers. And then I was going to let my wife tase me when I got the 500 subscribers. And then I chickened out and said, no, I'll do it at 1,000. And then I never got tased. And I've got 11,000 subscribers. She's probably mad about that. She said, well, I didn't really want to. I'm thinking, yeah, you did. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it when I get to 50,000 subscribers. Here's a question. I thought you got a bronze play button for 10,000 subscribers. I ain't got no bronze play button. Where's my bronze play button, YouTube? I'm just saying. I don't care if it's brushed nickel. I want it. You know what I'm saying? So I pivoted about 4 months in. I pivoted and I started doing trucking stuff. And man, the moral of the story is I've been all over the place with this channel. And if I could give any advice to somebody that's just starting out, know what you're going to do before you start your channel. I see all these creators are like, I mean, let's face it, the best channels on YouTube are usually people telling you how to make YouTube videos. I feel like, or unless they're like musicians or something or famous people, which is cool because I watch them all day long. I prefer to watch YouTube videos over like an Amazon Music or Spotify. But yeah, so I did some podcasts on there. I had the gardening stuff. I had some funny family stuff. Oh, what else? Man, I was all over the board. So, I mean, it's no wonder my videos were like hit and miss. I'd have videos with two views, and then I'd have one with 1,000, and then I hit one. I had one that went like 72,000 views, and it was my kids getting their heads stuck in a little child gate thing. I don't know. Listen, people watch the weirdest. Y'all watch it. I watch the weirdest stuff on here, right? So now, like my trucking videos that do the best are the ones that where I'm like broke down or something crazy happens. Listen, I had a live while I'm driving through a dang blizzard in Pittsburgh. 47,000 views on that live. Now, granted, I was live for like 8 hours, but that's the one that monetized me. Actually, that live had 47,000 views, and I was already real close to 1,000 watch hours. I had over 1,000 watch hours. I had 4,000 subscribers. So I met the criteria, but um, your shorts watch hours don't count towards monetization. The only way your shorts count is if you get the views. You got to have either like 3 million or 10 million to monetize. But I wanted that tier 2 monetization, so I just started doing lives every day. And it just so happened to do one when I was driving through a dang gone blizzard. And in Chicago or in Pittsburgh, and that video got 10,000 views or 47,000 views. I'm sorry. And that was the video that pushed me over for my monetization. This thing is being goofy. It just told me to get off of here, and it's telling me to get. What the heck? Because there's so much traffic right now in Chicago, it wants me to get off and exit and then get back on and exit because it thinks it's faster. Genius. So, in my opinion, I see these creators that say just start. Use your camera, use your phone, use your whatever you got and just start. Well, that's great, but you're really, I didn't do myself no favors, y'all. By starting my channel out as a gardening channel and then doing podcasts on there, and I haven't done podcasts forever. I think if you're going to do podcasts, you're just going to have a podcast channel. So, like the channels that do the best, and I'm just saying that now I could be wrong. I'm no expert here, but I have posted close to 700 videos, and I have 1.3 million views. Isn't a lot, but I'm just a small channel, and I'm not like trying to get rich from this. I do it as it makes my job a little more interesting. Otherwise, I'd go nuts in here. What's up, Larson family? Yes, absolutely. Hey, me and a friend of mine were talking about brokers this morning, and he was talking about how if they broker a $4,000 load, how they get like $2,800 of it, and the driver gets 1,200. Insane how they do that. Yeah, I agree. That's probably the biggest rip off in trucking, honestly. Brokers. Because I mean, now granted, well, I guess brokers serve but I mean, a lot of motor carriers are brokers too. All you gotta do, when you apply for your motor carrier, you get your broker's license too, and then you can broker the freight. So let's say there's loads and they're good loads, and so I don't know. Maybe we're just in the wrong business. Maybe we should be brokers and not drivers. Maybe that's what the problem is. Could be. Could be that we should just be brokers and not drivers. But yeah, man, this channel, I've had to grind for every view, every subscriber on here. And I really feel like if you just hone in on what you want your channel to be before you jump on here, you probably save yourself a lot of heartache because I see channels they got I don't know 10, 15 videos and they got as many views as I do with 600 videos. Maybe it's because they're posting more interesting stuff, I guess. But personally, I think because they've mastered the algorithm. I truly believe that I hurt my channel by just jumping into it, and not really knowing what I wanted to do. But you live and you learn. And the thing is, like I was there for a while. I was going back and deleting some of the older videos that weren't relevant to my channel to the rebrand. You can't do that either because then it messes your reach up. So you're kind of you just leave them on there, I guess. Or you just go in with a little better action plan so you know what you're doing ahead of time, and then you could kind of avoid some of those woes and those heartaches around along the road. Because I feel like the young channels that are newer that are really getting the views and really getting the subscribers. And we don't really know what they're doing. We don't know if they're investing into SEO. We don't know if they're pushing these videos and paying for views, paying for subscribers. You don't really know what people are doing. Um, Personally, I think there's a lot more of that going on than what we know. I think when some of these bigger channels come out with a new video, I think they push it. I think they're paying for views and they're paying for subscribers. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And and maybe it's worth it. Maybe if you have the technology that pushes the views and they look like real views, maybe that tricks the algorithm into pushing it in front of other viewers. Which they say that the algorithm doesn't push views, it pulls because the object of the YouTube algorithm is to put the right video in front of the right viewer. So if that's true, I don't know how useful paying for views is or paying for subscribers is. Other than maybe you think once you get monetized that you're going to take off, so you want to make sure that you're monetized before you put all this effort into it. I don't know, because you can get monetized paying for views. You can get monetized paying for subscribers. They look like real subscribers. They look like real views. I mean, in essence, they are. If somebody's got a computer system and they've got, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 accounts, and they've figured out how to automate these accounts to where they grab a video and they just start watching it. How would YouTube know that those aren't real views? I don't know. That's something I'd be interested in, somebody that has a little more technical ingenuity or wisdom or knowledge about YouTube. If that would be the case, or if those views are absolutely just a waste of time, because I'm pretty sure people are doing this, and I'm pretty sure big channels are doing it. But then again, I mean, if you're like a Think Media with 3 million subscribers, or a musician with 7 million subscribers like Dax, or Tom McDonald with 5 million subscribers, it's not hard to get a million views if you've got 3 million subscribers, right? Now, maybe on one video, maybe not as short, but and again, that's that pull versus the push. But my thing was, is anybody familiar with this research study they're doing right now? Because I have yet to see a single AI generated short off of 2 whole lives that I've already posted. So if you know anything about that, comment below. Let me know. I'm curious. And if you don't know anything about it, that's fine too. Here, well, we'll just stay right here that way. I was going to show you the traffic, but the rules of the experiment say that you can be the only one in the video. So I'm wondering if maybe because I was pointing around and the video wasn't just on me the whole time, that maybe that's why it didn't generate it. Maybe I'm colored outside of the lines. I don't know. It's possible. It is possible. So we tried the whole OTR thing. Not a fan. 3 years of running local, being home every single night, have spoiled me. And let me tell you, I don't like sleeping in my truck for one night, let alone every single night, day after day after day. not knowing when I'm going to get home, not knowing when I'm going to see my kids, hoping I get a video call if their mom answers, if she's not busy, if they're not sleeping. I've got twins at home. They're 2.5. And let me tell you, OTR, shout out to the OTR drivers, right? For making that sacrifice because it's not easy. And it is a sacrifice. It is hard to be away from family, especially if you got young kids. I love my babies. I love to see my kids as much as possible. I want to be with them. I want to be around them. I want to know what they're doing. I want to see their milestones. I want to watch them learn and grow. And you don't get that as an OTR driver. You just don't. I mean, technology's cool. I love being able to jump on a video call when I'm out driving, but I can do that running local. And maybe that's not an option for every driver. Maybe you got to go out there and put in 6 months to a year with a company OTR or regional before you get the luxury of being home every night. I've seen a lot of drivers just call it quits because they went out and tried OTR and they said trucking's not for me. There's other jobs out there. You don't have to be an OTR driver. Trust me, I've done a little bit of everything. I ran crosstowns hauling steel. I ran steel regional. I've ran reefer regional. I've ran dry van regional. I've ran dry van shuttles. I've ran dry van local. Um, Now, most recently, I did dry van short haul, which is what I'm going back to. Still home daily. Yeah, you put in some hours. You're going to do 14, 16, sometimes 18 hours if you want to make it home. Now, if you want to sleep in your truck, then you do your 14 and you get back here and take your break and you don't take your exemptions and you play it safe. Or if you want to run hard and sleep in your own bed, you push it. And sometimes that's you're rolling the dice and maybe you get stopped by DOT and you better have your affairs in order because you probably going to be out of service for 10 hours. And then that's going to come with a little bit of a fine. And if you get so many of those, you might have a problem getting insured. But the point is, if you tried OTR and you're thinking trucking's not for me, try a different company. It's a trade off. It's a trade off because, yeah, you can make 2-3 grand a week running company as an OTR driver, or yeah, you can go to that company and do the lease purchase program and make 2,500 a week and be buying your truck if you're okay with being on the road like that. It takes a different kind of mentality, I'm telling you. But you don't have to do that. You can make 1,500 bucks a week running local. Um, you can run city, cross town, 25 bucks an hour. You can run a spotter truck and be home in 8 to 10 hours. To be able to work with a CDL, a Class A CDL, and be home after 8 to 10 hours is a luxury. And if you put 200 bucks, 250 bucks in your pocket for the day, meaning you're going to make 1,000 bucks this week, possibly 1,250. Take your taxes out, you bring home 1,000. And if you do that consistently for 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to be able to buy a house. You're going to be able to pay some cars off. You're going to be able to put some money in the bank because you'll probably be with a company that has benefits and they will pay you. They will put money in your 401k and you will get paid holidays. You'll get 2 weeks off a year and then 3 weeks off a year, all the way up to 5 weeks off a year. And you'll have insurance for you and you'll have insurance for your kids. So OTR is not your only option in trucking, y'all. Now, I would encourage, if you're adventurous, give it a try. If you don't have small kids at home, if you're okay with sleeping in your truck, give it a try, because let me tell you, there's a beautiful country out here in the United States. My wife and I, in less than 2 years, went to every single state in the continental U.S. And we went to casinos, we went to the beach, we went to Las Vegas. I mean, we did the dang thing. We were out there doing it, and we were making good money doing it. And it was a beautiful thing, but we didn't have little children. When you put those little things into it, everything changes. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing, because now I can appreciate being at home, where before it was just run, 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 run. We'd run 2, 3 weeks, go home for 2 days. I'd be like, "You ready to go?" She'd be like, "Yep." And the whole 2 days we were there, she was stocking the truck up. She'd had the truck cleaned out. She'd have our laundry done, have it packed up, have groceries in there. We'd be ready to go for 2, 3 more weeks. And in that 2, 3 weeks, we put about 8 to 12 grand in our pocket every single week. So there's money to be made doing that. Now, if you did that for 5, 10 years, you might be able to take a couple years off. You'd probably be able to pay your truck off, pay your house off. But my pastor says something, and it sticks out to me because it's relevant, and maybe you can relate. It's okay to have money, but it's not okay to have money have you. So money's nice to have. We all want to be able to pay our bills. We all want to be able to put food on the table. We all want to be able to have nice toys, right? We like our toys. We like our stuff. We want stuff. We need we need stuff we don't even need, right? And we don't want our kids to have to do without. It makes me happy seeing my kids have the things that I didn't have. But at the same time, when I see them throw an hour fit over a tablet because they want to push buttons and scroll, and they don't even know what the heck they're doing for real, that does not make me very happy. We went to the thrift store this weekend, and we bought like a little peg thing with the little roller coaster things, and the little everything moves around, and one of them wooden things that you see at doctor's offices. $6.99. Let me tell you, them kids love that thing. I got a video of them wrestling over it. 2.5 years old, they was wrestling each other, body slamming each other, and just the cutest thing in the world. So I put the video up and I captioned it. I put it on my Facebook. I said, uh, "Toy at thrift store, $6.99. Twin brother and sister playing together, priceless." Right? That's money well spent, man. A $6.99 thrift store toy that otherwise probably would have went in the dumpster in a couple more days. To see them babies that happy, laughing and horsing around and wrestling, that's the kind of stuff that you can't put a monetary value on. Guess what? If I'm over the road sleeping in my truck, I don't get to see that. I miss that. And it's not the same if you're on a video. My babies love me. As soon as daddy gets in the door, they're crawling all over. I can't even sit my lunchbox down and take my shoes off. And if you're a driver, you know the first thing you got to do is find a bathroom because you've been holding it for 6 hours. Not with these two. My daughter will look at me and throw herself on the floor and start kicking and screaming if I walk past her. My son ain't even gonna let me get to her to walk past her. He's gonna be like that as soon as I walk in the door. That's a beautiful thing. You can't put a monetary value on that. You just can't. In my opinion, That's worth more than any paycheck I could possibly make sleeping in this truck. And that's my message for you today. What's your value proposition? Now, thankfully, I worked hard for the company I was with before I made this decision. And I didn't soft quit. I didn't text somebody and say, hey, this such and such and such and such. I communicated. And when I was there, I made an impact. I work hard. I put money in the bank, not just mine, in theirs. I'm an asset to the company. I'm always polite to the customers, even in bad situations. I don't care if I sit at a customer for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. When I get loaded and they bring me that paperwork and they say, I'm sorry for the wait, I say, hey, man, it's trucking. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Even though my blood is boiling because I'm sick of being there and I'm trying to get home, I'm still polite, kind, and courteous because we're a brand. If you're driving this, it doesn't matter whose name's on the side of it. You're a brand. You're representing yourself. You're representing that company, sure enough. But you are a brand in and of yourself as a driver. And that brand will follow you. If you quit that company and you're a good brand, that company's not beyond your reach. That company will be there. Trust me. Now, that's not to say you can quit 2, 3, 4, 5 times and they're just going to keep taking you back. Some companies will not. Some companies will wash their hands. Trust me, I've had that happen too. And for as hard as I worked for that company, they said, nope, you had your chance. So it ain't no guarantee. So here's final parting words of wisdom. The grass is not always greener on the other side. If you found something that works for the love of God, appreciate it, be humble, be grateful, live in that moment. Because if you're constantly seeking out the next best thing, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it because you already missed the point. The point is be content with where you're at. God brought you there for a reason. And when God's ready to take you somewhere else, you'll know it. You won't have to second guess it. It'll be so big and beautiful and bold that there will be not a single doubt in your mind that that's what God's got in store for you. I love you. God loves you. I'm going to pray with you. If you want to repeat after me, maybe you fell away from God. Maybe you were trying to get back to God. Maybe you've never been saved before in your life. If you repeat this prayer, you can and will be saved. If you believe in your heart that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior and you choose to live for Him today. Gracious Heavenly Father, I believe that Jesus Christ came and died for my sins. And I want to live for you from this day forward. And I repent from those sins. In Jesus' holy, mighty, precious name, I pray. Amen. And if you pray that you're born again, congratulations. I'll see you in heaven for eternity. I